downforce helps the S7 achieve incredible performance statistics. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in just 3.3 seconds and has a top speed of 240 miles per hour.
Well, right now it's basically the world's fastest production car. So obviously its ability to go from 0 to 60 to well above 200 miles an hour is like no other car in the world. The ground effects allow you to enter and exit corners at a speed that your mind says there's no way a car or any object should be able to go that fast.
The Saleen S7 weighs 2,750 pounds, and its 8-cylinder engine generates 550 horsepower. Because the aerodynamic design doesn't allow for a rear-view mirror, it uses a rearward-looking camera instead. Owning such a vehicle doesn't come cheap. A new S7 will set you back $375,000.
It is truly an American exotic in every sense of the term. I love the look of it. It's scary fast. I've driven it, and it is really a high-performance car. It's very expensive, but a lot of people love it because it is such a big, audacious hunk of machine. Makes all the right noises, and it'll do a lot for that mark, I believe.
There's always been a huge amount of people around the world that have just an unbelievable passion for cars, and that's our customer. The people that just literally love their cars. They love to drive. They love looking at their cars. They're almost like works of art to them, the way they display them. And there's a good number of people around the world that will spend this amount of money that have this kind of passion for their automobiles.
There's a lot of pride in doing it. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in doing the car. It's an expressive car. It's an extreme car, and it's exclusive. It fulfills, I think, a dream that a lot of people around the world have shared.
I think it's the most remarkable car I've ever driven. I've just spent my first weekend in it, turning a few heads and enjoying the drive.
From Hollywood stars to the Queen of England, there is one car that says you've arrived: the Rolls-Royce. The latest model is the Phantom. It costs $320,000, and one of the few places it can be bought in the U.S. is at Rolls-Royce in Beverly Hills. The general manager is Juan Garcia. He has been a fan of Rolls-Royce ever since he was a child.
Yeah, I grew up in New York. When I was 13, I remember being on Fifth Avenue. I saw this Rolls-Royce rolling down the Ave, and I remember thinking, wow, what is that? It wasn't a taxi and it wasn't a limo. You know, now I realize it was a silver cloud, beautiful, beautiful motor car. This car was designed with two things in mind. A, they wanted to build one of the finest motor cars in the world, but most importantly, they didn't want to forget where they came from. They've taken the past, the present, the future, fused it all together, kept the customer in mind, and built this fabulous motor car. And obviously, when you look at this motor car here, the 2004 Phantom, when you look at it, doesn't matter if you're into cars or not, the minute you see it, you know it's a Rolls-Royce. It knows who it is when it's on the road, rolling down the street. There's no comparing it to any other motor car that's out there. I think with the other automotive manufacturers, when they're looking a bit more bland and generic, they tend to look one like another. I mean, they don't differentiate themselves as much as this car here. No question. You look at this, it's a Rolls-Royce through and through.
And it's this instant recognition that attracts buyers.
And this is designed for someone who wants the best of the best. They want to be exclusive. They want something that's a bit different, a bit unique. It's an extension of your personality. This car will get you noticed anywhere.
The car has already made an impact on Juan's colleague, Eve Bowen.
I love driving this car. I love spending time in it. You get a lot of smiles, a lot of people trying to pull up and take a look, thumbs up, they love it. Keep in mind, not many are in the country, so it's a big deal still to see the 2004 Phantom. I've never driven anything like it.
We're in Beverly Hills. For Beverly Hills, this car is not flashy at all. I think it definitely knows who it is, and again, makes that statement. When you pull up to your car park, to your valet, and you ask for your black S600 Mercedes, they normally tend to say which one. When you pull up in this car here, you don't have to say a word. It's waiting on you. And our customers tend to enjoy that.
No, it's great. This morning, valet is fighting over it. And these are people that drive some of the most magnificent cars in the world. They do it all the time. And they still take a look at this pulling up and say, wow. I tried to thank and tip a valet this morning at a Beverly Hills hotel after a meeting. He refused it and said, no, thank you. When people look at it, it takes their breath away. I would call that sexy, sure.
Is this a sexy car? No question. When you sit, you're in the lap of luxury. You've got the finest wood, leather, trim, the chrome. You even got cashmere. You got a fantastic sound system. Is it sexy? Of course it is.
Everything about the Phantom is handcrafted from the finest materials. The seats are covered with hand-tooled leather, and the wooden panels are made from sustainable exotic hardwoods. The Rolls-Royce emblem, the spirit of ecstasy, even retracts into the car during a collision. Rolls-Royce's exquisite attention to detail extends to umbrellas hidden away in the doors. But it takes more than just style and luxury to get buyers to part with $250,000. A Rolls-Royce must have great performance as well.
I know that I've got a tremendous amount of power in reserve, but it's absolutely effortless, so it's really an amazing car to drive. It can do 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds.
The Phantom weighs 5,467 pounds and has a 12-cylinder engine that generates 453 horsepower. But it harnesses this power in Rolls-Royce's own unique style.
We use the word wafting along a lot at Rolls-Royce, and it all has to do with just how quiet the car is. That's why over the decades Rolls-Royces have been called ghosts and wraiths and clouds and phantoms like this one. And you really get a sense that it's quiet and effortless, but you know there's a tremendous amount of power and handling just waiting for you to access it. And that's what I love about it. It's about as different as it could be. It's very hard to get into anything else after spending a day in the Phantom.
Rolls-Royce has been the ultimate luxury car for many years, and it gives its owners a particular cachet.
Look at the image. If you have a person who comes in a Rolls-Royce, you get another person coming in a Ferrari, there are going to be two distinct messages that you're going to give. One is a sense of establishment, a sense of power, but also a sense of being conservative and cautious. The person driving in a fast, flashy car is coming in as someone who has money, but also maybe somewhat reckless and a little bit anti-establishment.